Hi, Ellen Lindner here from AdventureQuilter.com. Today I'm greeting you from my closet because I want to talk about storage, and I'll show you the different ways that I store fabrics and quilts. Let's get started. My closet storage starts up high. I have two what would normally be closet rods way up high, and each one is padded and covered with muslin, and then the hooks on the ends, not the hooks, but the hardware on the ends are U-shaped, and you can take them in and out of there fairly easily, although you have to climb up on a chair, of course. So these are my older and larger quilts. Then the smaller quilts, ones that are sort of poster sized, they live on one of my storage units here. And so the ones that are small enough to just fit flat and lay out live here. Most of my teaching samples are near the top because those are the ones that I pull out most frequently. Of course, they have a dust cover as well, so I'll put that back in place. Although most of my hand-dyed fabrics live elsewhere, I have some specialty fabrics that I keep hanging here in the closet, so I'll remember them and see them and not mix them in with my general hand-dyed yardage. This will give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Each of these fabrics is hanging on a coat hanger, and they're probably folded into, I don't know, eighths, the way that we're seeing them here. So they're pretty large scale, and they have large scale motifs, kind of specialized. So you can see that I wouldn't necessarily want to cut into those for just yardage and slice a leaf and slice a circle and those kinds of things. So they hang, again, over here with my other little special hand-dyed fabrics. Let's take a look at my fabric storage. I have about 1,000 fat quarters. They're in these sort of narrow drawers. See, they're not very deep. And then I've learned how to fold them so they fit in here, and I put them in here vertically. I really love that. So now I can see everything that I've got in there. So they're sorted by color. So this obviously is the red and orange drawer. And then it goes right on down. Yellow, green. These I've sort of mixed together, the blue, green, and purple. Blue has a drawer all its own. Browns and blacks and whites is so full I can hardly get it open. And then I've got some metallics and some shears down below that. That has worked out really well for me. And like I said, I really love being able to have them aligned vertically and look down there and see everything I've got. Pieces that are larger than fat quarters live in this drawer right here. As you can see, I don't have very many of those. But this time, I had to roll them to make them stand up because, again, I want them to stand up so I can see what I've got. My hand dyes, I don't have as many of those yet, so right now I have a drawer of warm colors, red, orange, yellow, and cool colors, greens, blues, purples, and then one of the neutrals. I let the neutrals lay down because I don't own very many of those. But the other two, as you could see, I had standing up again because that's what helps me see them the best. For larger quilts, we have to head to my son's bedroom and reach under his bed. This is a piece of housing insulation that's kind of slippery, and it goes to the halfway point of his bed, which is, I think, maybe about 30 inches. So I have a whole bunch of quilts laid on here, and then they're just covered with a muslin dust sheet, and they slide in and out very easily because of that hard plastic against his carpeting. It works very well. For the next size up, we go to the other side of my son's bed, and I have these rolls underneath there. It's each one is a swimming noodle wrapped with 3 or 4 quilts, and then of course secured with muslin. And on the outside I write the names of the quilts so I can tell exactly what's in there. And then they just roll back up underneath. As art quilters, we always have tons of fabric and quilts to store. So I hope that seeing some of my ideas were helpful to you. And I'd love to hear yours as well. I'll see you next time on AdventureQuilter.com.